it work this game?
It can be fine. It's all about winning your lane. Is he going to help Spectre free farm, or is he going to prevent Spectre from free farming?
All right. Well, we're going to see whether he is going to be the answer or not to the pesky Zai Necrophos. We've seen quite a bit of this. Yapster is going to be helping out that offlane as well with Sniper, that boots first, of course. He has already skilled up Shrapnel. I feel like we've seen a bit of a mix of sometimes Shrapnel, sometimes Headshot.
Yeah, I feel like I've mostly seen Headshot, so doing something a little bit different on some new tech.
We're going to secure these bottom runes, it looks like, and things will get underway. We'll see where Death Prophet goes with her build. The one thing, when I've seen this 5 Death Prophet, is having that max silence early is really impactful in these early clashes and team fights.
Early? Do they do max silence over Spirit Siphon?
Well, they max it as the second spell, I guess.
Oh, so it's
it's like a
2-4-4 or something?
Yeah. I've seen like a 1 point in Crypt Swarm max, like you get Spirit Siphon level 1, Crypt Swarm, Spirit Siphon, then you max silence after that.
Okay, yeah.
But
well, I think it'll be nice because I think one thing that Death Prophet can do this game is kind of follow around Clockwork and silence anybody that gets into the cogs.
Yep.
And they can help connect on some kills. That way we saw in a North American game, I think it was Laylis and CC&C maybe.
Wow, Zai's getting pummeled. Always on the fly, giving him the business down bottom. One more right click. He has a heal. He had to use Fairy Fire Salve and half his mana pool there just to stay alive. That's a good start to this bottom line.
Yeah, underestimating the Spirit Siphon damage. It does have a long cooldown though.
Yes. And that's, yeah, definitely like you say, you don't want to max the silence as your first spell. You need those extra points and extra charges. They're going to bring Aloha Dance down here as well. So a full-on tri-lane for FlyToMoon, looking to make sure they secure Spectre's farm and probably also recognizing that, hey, there's a Chen down here. We got to address this.
All right, and then it'll be 1v1 Clock versus Fury on top. Probably be Fury on favored, and then 1v1 Ember Puck. Not sure who wins this matchup.
So far, Nisha's getting up in his face, but Iceberg does have a salve. And then CS-wise, pretty even between the two. So see what Puppy can get done down bottom. Has gone for the Holy Persuasion level 1. Has found himself a Ghost to play with as well.
Yeah, if this lane gets out from the tower, could be a little hard for Radiant.
Yeah, Aloha Dance wants to block this camp. He's worried about Puppy getting a different creep, I guess. Either like the Harpy or maybe even the Troll Priest. I'm not sure what.
Ooh, he's going to lose his courier too.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Well, that takes away some of that perhaps regen that was being couriered out and gives some gold away to Team Secret, who so far haven't had the best time down bottom. But you're going to imagine with Puppy being in the neighborhood, there's always that threat of a rotation either bottom or even to the mid lane. He's poking his nose that direction as well.
Yeah, Puck is a bit of a hard gank, but might be able to help pressure Iceberg to some extent.
Yep.
I think the bigger thing will be the rune control that Puppy will be able to provide. He'll be able to lock down the bottom rune where Ember can guest top.
Yeah, for now, Puppy just happy to farm a few camps. He farms a medium camp. He is going to get ran into... Oh, well, who runs into who here? Aloha Dance just walks into Puppy's Chen. And the Ghost Slow is going to force Aloha Dance to TP back to base. Level 1 Disruption. Not something perhaps you want to see, I feel, normally with Shadow Demon.
Well, he got it up top early to help secure the bounty rune, so he's
Gotcha.
been stuck with it for a bit. And yeah, he's not having a lot of game impact right now, but you know, neither is Puppy, really.
Very true. Puppy just farming away, playing a aggressive jungle Chanyuk's in the jungle, and I guess the nice part of this is you never know when he's going to come out, so you have to play very cautiously even if he is not ganking you.
Yeah, it's really hard for Aloha Dance to just be running through the jungle like this with the Chen, especially with the Scotty slow creep.
Yeah, it seems like he wants to figure out where Puppy is or try to get a ward down, but to do so, it's going to put himself in danger.
Oh, might go inside bottom if he can get a hold of him.
Yeah, and he's got level 2 Spirit Siphon, so he's got a second charge if he wants to commit, but thinks better of it, backs off. And we'll see the rune control you mentioned. Puppy going to secure the bottom 4-minute rune. It looks like he wants to leave it for Nisha. Puck is going to force Puppy to pick it up, but Iceberg, he orbed in, and he's going to have to Waning Rift to the high ground, then TP back to his tower. has got full bottle charges on Iceberg. Meanwhile, Nisha, empty bottle. He's going to be looking for one of those 5-minute bounty runes.
Yeah, he can get a 5-minute bounty rune, or he can just get level 6 and port back to base, refill his bottle that way. Looks like General's trying on FlyToMoon up top.
Looking for that battery assault RNG. Matu in his sprout doesn't go for the teleport out. The tree and body blocks General. Gets around it though. Doesn't have boots. He's still looking for this kill on Matu, who does have boots. Yeah, let's say General. I don't think you're catching up to him there. And Matu going to turn and give him some right clicks. Elsewhere, it's bottom lane where they end up getting the first blood. Zai goes down. First blood to the Spectre lane.
To the Death Prophet, the 5 DP that we weren't sure about. He's doing, I'd say he's doing really well.
Yep. He's definitely securing his lane for a Spectre. Not a hero that often has a good lane stage. Aloha Dance. It looked like he was coming in to try stop Nisha from getting a bounty rune, and
he did.
Yeah.
He killed the bounty, and then Always Want to Fly got the other one, and the top 2 are for FlyToMoon, so 3 for 0 bounty rune trade there. And it denied Ember refilling his bottle.
And this is where you mentioned hit level 6, maybe TP back to base.
Yeah, he'll be able to do it here in a little bit, but not having the game that not the best game basically.
And meanwhile, Iceberg having a pretty good game, gets a TP for his bottle refill. You don't need runes if you have a nice support helping you out. The coil being committed here in the mid lane, and Ember does have 2 points in the Flame Guard. We'll see if he's going to pop that. Gets silenced though. Now the orb in, and with support rotations, it's Iceberg who's in a bit of trouble. Nisha's going to TP back to base now as the Furon ultimate goes flying through, but does not find Iceberg.
Yeah, they're a bit low on damage, but it was a decent attempt nonetheless. 6-minute rune is going to spawn top.
Iceberg gets it. Nisha thought about going for a remnant, but couldn't get there in time, so really good job with the rune control on the FlyToMoon side.
Yeah, that was pretty good luck as well, right? Would have been bottom.
Yeah.
Would have been Nisha's for sure.
Zai bottom getting
solo kill
dove
top.
at.
FlyToMoon man.
He's going to go down, and yep, Matu killing off General, who's got this double bracer build, has hit level 6, so we could see him getting kind of active, but Matu is destroying this top lane.
Yeah, we'll be curious to see what items he decides to go. Always Want to Fly and maybe some trouble down here.
It's going to be close. Another Hurl Boulder note 20 seconds away, so without that, Always Want to Fly wants the deny, gets himself the Ancient's deny. Hook shot coming into play. Here's General. First time getting active here. He's going to find a sniper. Yep, so knows he's just dead. He accepts his fate, and we'll see General in this bottom lane
yeah.
now.
This is how this guy plays Clockwork. He goes a bunch of bracers, and then he gets level 6, and then he just starts roaming.
Well, that means his top lane needs to be defended, and Aloha Dance is going to be the guy to do so. So Shadow Demon had that slow, tricky start, but will find an empty lane to get some farm in.
Oh, your chicken.
Like Puppy is one of the better courier snipers right now. I see him killing couriers every single game. General wants to make him pay for this. The Rocket Flare going to help kill off Puppy and also snipe the Alpha Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah, his courier died, but got the kill on Puppy. Pretty worth.
Nice. Matu denies the siege. Aloha Dance was just right-clicking that siege creep and got it denied.
Action bottom again on side.
Yep. No TP out with the coil being used, and should be another kill, and they give it to VTune. Iceberg threw the orb out, but I believe intentionally letting his Spectre get the kill.
Nisha finally going to get a rune here, and it's a haste for the Ember Spirit.
Has that level 7, the max sleight, so has a lot of bonus hero damage coming from Sleight of Fist. Some of these squishy supports are not going to be happy to see that, and is considering a gank on this Spectre down bottom, but it does seem like FlyToMoon well aware.
Top tower is going down.
Puppy's here to try and keep Matu alive, and with General rotating in, all these summons are going to need to come into play, but with the Haunt, this is looking really bad for Matu. He's going to go down. Can they get Puppy as well? It sure as hell looks like it. It's got a Clockwork on top of him as well as some poison, and 2 kills go FlyToMoon's way.
And Spectre gets out of the bottom lane, so super convenient timing for him to gank. Actually used Haunt and TP. Maybe TP to base and then Haunt it up.
Yeah, it looks based on the cooldown, that would make sense. Maybe he didn't have mana for the Haunt. So, yeah, he'll find himself at least in a lane where he can continue to free farm. They get the kills. They did still lose the tower, and it did go to Matu, who's getting pretty farmed.
And they're going to lose the bottom tower here. And I don't think they'll be able to trade for either mid or top. So Secret getting a little bit of bonus gold, but Radiant's got more kills, so.
Radiant's continuing to find kills. General's clockwork, you mentioned it. Get your bracers and then just go, go, go. Disruption's going to help keep General alive. It's Nisha, though, still with a haste rune. Charging forward, he gets caught by a coil. The haste rune's going to immediately snap and look to use it to just run the hell out of here, and that ends up being the right call.
Yeah, good play from Nisha. Just ignoring the coil, just breaking it with the haste and continuing to run. Now we have 10-minute outpost bounties and runes.
One outpost apiece, and we'll see runes
Bottom
probably being split. Oh, the
It's
10-minute one, yeah. Nisha gets the RNG. Are you a fan of the rune RNG?
I'm not sure. I think it definitely makes games. Sometimes they add variables to the game, which sometimes favor, obviously favor other teams.
Yep.
For no reason, but.
Mid-tier 1 tower being pressured now with Secret, who bring both Chen and Nature's Prophet here. Hard game for Clockwork when you're playing against all these summons that are just kind of going to be blocking you all the time, soaking up battery assault damage. Nice.
Always want to fly on the 5 DP, sneaking the deny there. Pretty big play.
This is a good game so far.
Okay, okay. Spectre's going for first item Diffusal. Not something we see often. This will help him haunt in, and he can focus Sniper, he can focus Chen. They can't really get away from him.
Feeling, I guess, like he can't get up to the Radiance in time. He's going to need a fight earlier. And has very good heroes to set up the fights with Puck, Dream Coil, the Clockwork hook into Cogs.
Yeah, they have a very aggressive lineup, no doubt.
And they've caught Nisha once again. Nisha's going to die for the first time this game. It feels like they've been trying to kill him for some time with this Dream Coil.
Oh, last pick Puck finally paying off here for FlyToMoon. It is quite a good Puck game, and you mentioned, right, they have the Spectre, they have the Haunt, they've got Death Prophet with the ults, they've got Shout Demon with a lot of magic damage. But what they struggled against was the versatile, or the mobile heroes like Ember Spirit. But Puck totally shuts that down.
How are you feeling about seeing what Yapster's done on this 4-position sniper? Is it kind of too soon to tell because he hasn't got the Ags yet? He
hasn't had a great early game. He's died twice. Hasn't really farmed that much. Didn't really stack the jungle or anything like that for himself like he usually does. It's off to a pretty slow start. Another bottom rune for Nisha here. Gets an arcane this time.
Zai in some trouble top. Gets bursted down by the magic damage, and they didn't even need to use the demonic purge for that one. Are you a believer in this 4-position sniper in
definitely.
general?
Yeah, I definitely am. However, in a game like this, it's like we saw OG struggle with it too. I think sometimes the support duo of teams is getting a little weird, since we're having like, usually it's like, oh, you have Chen, who's just kind of like gets creeps, secures the lane, or like Chen or Enchantress, and then the 4 is like an Earthshaker or somebody with a blink stun. But until Sniper has Ags, he doesn't really do anything like other initiating 4s. So Secret has a really hard time finding and connecting on kills, so they're kind of just forced to trade farm at the moment. And I think it might favor the Spectre lineup.
You've got to imagine Vichun, once he gets his Diffusal, is going to be using Haunt whenever it's up or whenever his team set up a fight for him.
And it seems like every time that Iceberg is using Coil, they're pretty much getting a kill.
Yeah, he's been very active going from lane to lane. Even the times where he hasn't found a kill, he's just constantly pressuring Secret.
Yeah. Secret's just kind of spread out, just farming items and levels at the moment. He's got Dominator finish on Shen. Yeah, so we're still super far away from Ags. Almost a Blade Mail on Ember. I don't think Blade Mail finished on Furion, so.
Yeah. And right now, most of their farm is in this Nature's Prophet basket. He's top of the net worth, and the other 2 Secret Cores not having the best game.
He's got the Mask of Madness queued up. We saw this last week from Eternal Envy, who went Mask of Madness Monkey King Bar, I believe was his build.
Yeah, I think that was like the first time we kind of saw it, at least here at ESL One. Now the Coil, they're going to go in on the Ember Spirit. The Silence follows up. The Chen heal's kicking in. Is this going to be enough to save Nisha? Looks like it should be. Environments away. The turnaround from Secret is going to blow up always when a fly. And the Death Prophet and the Spectre had to just get the hell out. They did not have an answer for the heals.
I did not see how the fight started, but definitely taken on Secret's side of the map. And it looks like Secret was decently grouped up for it and ready.
It was just a coil initiation into a Spectre home, but they didn't have the follow-up damage, I guess, was part of the problem.
Yeah, no follow-up damage for the Ember. They don't really have a lot of... Spectre kind of is their damage, right? Unless Shadow Demon's like setting up a bunch of Shadow Poisons.
Well, so maybe, I think right after that fight, Iceberg, I don't know if he had it queued up before, but the Puck has a Dagon queued up.
Yeah.
I think he's like, well, that's a good initiation, but we needed some more damage. How do we kill this Ember? And he says Dagon's the answer.
Yeah, very true.
Not an item you typically see on Puck, though.
Oh, well, I mean, I think Puck builds just about more Dagons than anybody besides Tinker, right? Puck is probably number 2 on the Dagon purchases. We see Pucks get it if they feel like it's a good game for additional magic damage.
Has got that Spell Amp Talon at level 15 to synergize with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could do that. Usually we see sometimes we'll see the Dagon Pucks in like really, really good Puck games. And because it's last picked, Secret doesn't really have a ton of catch for it. Usually it means he can like skip Yules.
Yeah.
Go for something else. In a bad Puck game, sometimes Yules is mandatory just to remove silences.
I mean, this game it's just Searing Chains he has to worry about.
Exactly. There's nothing. He can go like Dagon and maybe even get like a Lincoln Sphere eventually to help deal with the Sniper and the Necrophos.
I mean, generally you can phase shift dodge the Axe Assassinate, or is it too fast, do you think?
I think Puck, you can probably easily do it. I've seen some people trying to do it with Storm Spirit where you like zip through it. But I think that's pretty tough to do. The Puck one should be quite easy, but Yapster will definitely still try and get the Puck a couple times, I'm sure.
Yeah. Test his fingers. Definitely, if you see the debuff on your hero, you can...
Well, they can also like fake cast it, right?
True.
So you kind of need to like see it coming at you.
Test those reaction times. As it seems like after that last fight, FlyToMoon say, okay, let's just farm a bit more. I mean, they also don't have Spectre Haunt, so I think that's a big part of their team fight, and also, as you mentioned, their damage output. So on the Secret side, similar story. They're happy to keep farming. They managed to keep their Ember alive just with Hand of God. Puppy wants a mech now as well to give them even more heals.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Not the play he was hoping for.
I guess you can't take your John if you're rooted. Is that what happened? I feel like
yeah. I guess did he wait too long? I didn't see exactly how it went down, but somebody needs to grab that imp claw. Bottom lane, they want to fight. Yeah, always want to fly. Gets bursted down. The Sniper Assassinate making sure of it, and Nisha is chasing for more. Doesn't find anyone with the Sleight of Fist.
Okay, so FlyToMoon getting caught a bit, losing some individual heroes.
They left an Imp Claw behind, but Matu will go back to pick it up.
Okay. I think FlyToMoon kind of had the right idea where they wanted to fight, but then they lost that fight around mid-tower, and they've been, I don't know, not sure if they can actually take them on. I think because they got the going on Matu here. Yep.
Tries to get himself out of the cogs, but the Spectre Haunt's going to follow it up. Matu being healed up now as well. He's just turning and fighting, trying to use that Mask of Mana to heal himself back up. He does die, but he's going to bring some FlyToMoon players with him, it seems, but the coil stops Nisha from chasing further, so a 1-for-1 trade so far. General's killing spree getting ended, and Nisha will get a follow-up kill. Actually, Zai securing it as they get a 2-for-1 trade. A big streak on the clockwork being ended.
Yeah, Radiant actually having major damage issues in fights.
And they're also having issues with their Puck getting picked off a few times in a row. Back-to-back deaths for Iceberg just in the last couple of minutes. Definitely a player known for his ability to kind of snowball through the mid lane. And he is not having his best game.
Yeah, Secret doing a really good job of just backing each other up and being close to each other. I feel like every fight or all of these recent fights where Puck is using coil, Secret always has 5 heroes there. And as a result, they're able to just kind of sustain the limited amount of damage that Radiant has during Haunt.
Well, They're looking to get themselves an Aegis to allow them to play even more aggressively. Matu just does so much physical damage with this build. Plus 153 damage with the Implore, now the Alpha Wolf Aura as well.
Yeah.
And a Mask of Mana, so he's got great attack speed to go with this damage.
Chen also has a Dominator, which helps increase his base damage.
All the auras. There's Secret feeling mighty strong now. They've gone for a Blade Mail on Ember as well. And
They found Matu putting in on top of Clockwork.
yeah, he's an Aegis, but not sure this is going to go... Okay, yeah, it's looking like it's gone pretty well for him. He's playing 1v3 and it's working just fine. He does lose the Aegis, but sets up Zai to snipe that kill. Won't get anything more, so actually in the end, I think FlyToMoon going to be pretty happy, but unfortunately for them, mid lane, Puppey's Chen creeps, solo kill support.
Oh man, what is going on? FlyToMoon is struggling right now.
Yeah, you can see there, the odds not that heavily favoring Secret. It was 4-1 at the start of the game, so it's actually gone more in FlyToMoon's favor. Perhaps some faith in the Spectre carry on the betting sides, but hookshot mid, we're going to see Puppey get initiated on.
He's by himself, he's going to go down.
Yeah.
Oh no, he brought in Ember.
Okay, we'll see if this pays off. Ember may be like, what the hell are you doing? I'm sucking a coil into a silence. He does manage to illusion rune it off. Held on to that one. He's going to re-engage, look to set up. Goes on Always Wanna Fly, who does have one Spirit Siphon left, but he can't get a chance to pop it off. Spectre has Haunt here, not looking to commit it though. At least for the time being, as Aloha Dance's Demonic Purge is used without any follow-up. And
without Coil, it's really hard for Spectre to use Haunt because just can't really ensure that he's going to be able to connect on targets.
yeah, Secret, their sustain is just too much here with the constant Death Pulse. They're going to Haunt on in now. I don't think they can do this. They don't have the damage. Yeah. He's got a lot of poisons, but the constant heals coming in.
Yeah, Spectre's just in there by himself. He just can't 1v5. Doesn't seem like anyone else on FlyToMoon can follow up.
Good sign for Secret, who coming up on some pretty key items for their mid game. The Ag Sniper, of course, the AC on Nature's Prophet. Necro's close to a Lotus Orb. Everybody's kind of approaching their next big item, and it feels like Secret's going to hit this pretty scary timing where they're all going to sync up with some new mid-game item that's going to allow them to team fight.
I'm trying to think what I don't like about FlyToMoon's draft. I think maybe it's the Shadow Demon plus Clockwork kind of combo. Shadow Demon's like this slow... kind of like the slow damage, whereas Clockwork needs like burst to follow up his initiation.
Yep.
Something is just missing because their team fights, they just look so lackluster.
And we saw it a few times mid where Puck would go in, Dream Coil the Ember, and then he'd just survive through it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. And then after the coil is done, Spectre feels like he can't go in because he's still kind of squishy himself. And unless he has like a target locked down, that target is just going to turn around and kill him.
And now Secret have a mech to go with the Hand of God. Zai's got a pipe queued up on Necrophos, so they're going to have pipe, mech, all the auras.
Yeah.
Chen with the helm as well.
Almost level 12 Chen for level 2 ult. He'll also have a Vladimir's here in a second. When Chen gets to this point, this is where Chen kind of peaks, in my opinion. He just becomes such an annoying hero to kill. He's just kind of naturally tanky himself. You see, he even has an Ice Armor creep to protect himself here. But then he also just saves his teammates.
Pug manages to phase shift, dodge the assassinate, but does not have an orb to go to, and gets blown up. Nice kill as FlyToMoon. Man, this Puck's game has been destroyed. Similar net worth to the Puppey Chen, who we were just talking about. And it's not any better of a story. In fact, it's a worse one for General. So for FlyToMoon, it is all about the Spectre here as we go into the mid to late game. No one else on their team really progressing as far as items go. And Secret gonna just start mowing down towers one by one.
See if they got any. They got the AC finished on Mitsumo Man. Got Lotus Orb finished on Zai. Yapsor has his eggs.
They're killing towers pretty damn fast here. After you're going to throw out his ultimate, just get some bonus damage.
Spectre is a long ways away from his next item. He did finish his Manta, makes him a bit tankier, lets him fight a little harder. But not sure it's enough quite yet. Secret is very tanky and they have a ton of heal. We've seen this Chen Necrophos combo before. The amplified healing from the Divine Favor of Chen.
Yep.
Kind of pushes Necro's numbers through the roof, I guess.
Yeah, he's going to feel somewhat unkillable on the front lines, it feels like. And that's a Necro picked into Shadow Demon, which is often considered one of those counters to Necrophos.
Yeah, haven't really seen it too much, though, mostly just because Zai hasn't really been the target for them. I feel like they're mostly focusing trying to kill Yapsor and Nisha. Yeah. And he just, he's holding Scythe until after Disruption goes out, so Zai's just kind of done a good job.
FlyToMoon have smoked and grabbed some bounties, but meanwhile their tier 3 tower and now their Rax is under siege. The smoke could allow them to go for a wraparound play from behind, but they've been scattered out. There's a dire Observer Ward on top of them. There's a root coming out in the puck and elsewhere. Okay, nice Disruption save. That's going to keep the Spectre alive from the Reaper's side. And V-Tune may just turn this fight for them, but he's still going to die. The damage is just too much for him. And it just seems like Secret have too much sustain here with all their auras. The Chen is just buffing everybody up, so they do lose the sniper in the middle of it all, but they kill off 3, force 2 buybacks, and they're still looking like they're going to take Rax.
Yeah, the rest of Secret's heroes are still super healthy. They'll be able to recall Sniper in when he respawns in 20 seconds if they want to continue for more.
Yep. Natu getting a bit low. Killing off his own illusions.
Just life stealing up, healing up.
V-Tune is just going to get trapped inside a Sprout. No Quelling Blade for him.
That was the dieback on Spectre.
And that may be it. Nisha, another Searing Chain Sleight of Fist. It's going to be a dead Death Prophet, and they're just going to go for the tier 4s perhaps. Matu is an absolute wrecking machine here in the front lines, and GG is called. FlyToMoon eliminated from ESL One Birmingham Online. Team Secret, they may have faltered yesterday against Alliance, but showing up and getting the job done here.